Welcome to Statistics Made Simple, and I am Savita Valsang. In this video, I will explain the chapter Association of Attributes in detail, which is a very interesting one. Starting with certain important terminologies, the first one being qualitative characteristic, a characteristic which cannot be measured numerically and cannot be expressed in units of measurement is a qualitative characteristic. Examples are that of beauty, intelligence, honesty, skin color, literacy, employment, etc. An attribute is a qualitative characteristic which varies from unit to unit. Let us now learn about dichotomous classification. An attribute which can be divided into two classes, where one class consists of units which possess the attribute and the other class which consists of units which do not possess the attribute, is called dichotomous classification. Some of the examples are the attribute literacy can be classified into two classes, literates and illiterates. Similarly, employment can be classified into those who are employed and unemployed. Then, result can be classified into pass and fail. Correlation coefficient. It measures the degree of relationship between variables. This topic will be dealt with in my later video. Some of the examples are speed and distance covered, price and demand of a commodity, price of vegetables and yield of crops, weight and blood pressure, that is BP of a person. So here, the correlation coefficient studies the relationship between the variables, whereas association of attributes, it measures the degree of relationship between attributes. For example, literacy and employment, hard work and result. These two definitions are important and can be asked as a two marker. Let us now move on to what is a contingency table. When the data is classified on the basis of attributes, and if we represent them in the form of a table, it is called as a contingency table. What is a 2 by 2 contingency table? The multiplication sign into is read as by. So in a 2 by 2 contingency table, you have two attributes A and B, which are each divided into two classes A alpha and B beta respectively. Now, there is a total column and a total row indicated in the table. And if we exclude these, then we have only two rows and two columns. And that's why this table is called as a 2 by 2 contingency table. And if you observe closely, the table also has only 9 cells. Cells are nothing but the small squares, and hence the 2 by 2 contingency table is also called as the 9 square table. The 9 cells are indicated using the purple color. In the table, capital A denotes possessing the attribute A, alpha denotes not possessing the attribute A. Similarly, capital B denotes possessing the attribute B, and beta denotes not possessing the attribute B. Practice this table thoroughly because we will be using it to solve the problems. And also in the table, you see that there are two cross arrows, one in pink color, that is from A B to alpha beta, and the other in blue color from A beta to alpha B. These have to be marked for every 2 by 2 contingency table, which will help us to remember the formula for calculations. A B, alpha B, A beta, and alpha beta are written within round brackets. So whenever you have the notations written within brackets, they are called as the cell frequencies. So the other notations are A within brackets denotes number of units possessing attribute A, alpha number of units not possessing the attribute A, B number of units possessing attribute B, beta number of units not possessing attribute B. Similarly, A, B within brackets is number of units possessing attributes A and B. Alpha B is number of units not possessing attribute A and possessing attribute B. A beta is number of units possessing attribute A and not possessing attribute B, and alpha beta denotes number of units not possessing attributes A and B. So keep in mind that whenever the notations are written within brackets, they denote the number of units, or they are nothing but the cell frequencies. Next important terminology is the order of frequency, and it depends on the number of attributes which are specified. So under the first note, we have A, alpha, B and beta all indicated within brackets and are called as frequencies of first order because they have only one attribute which is specified. Whereas if you consider AB, alpha B, A beta and alpha beta which are specified within brackets, they are called as frequencies of second order since two attributes are specified. And capital N, which is a total frequency, is a frequency of zero order as it does not indicate or have any attribute specified. To study the degree of association between two attributes, we have different methods. The first one is the proportion method, second is Yule's coefficient of association, third is method of contingency, and fourth is method of colligation. Now the measures of association can be asked as a 2-marker. We will be learning only Yule's coefficient of association, which measures the degree of association between attributes, and the formula is Q equal to AB into alpha beta minus alpha B into A beta divided by AB into alpha beta plus alpha B into A beta. Now if you look at the formula, it is easy to remember. The numerator is the cross product of the terms which had marked with a pink line, that is AB into alpha beta minus the cross product of the terms which was indicated by the blue arrow, that is alpha B into A beta. The similar expression comes in the denominator with the plus sign. There are some points to remember for the interpretations of Yule's coefficient of association. Yule's coefficient of association, that is Q, it always lies between -1 and 1. It cannot take a value beyond this range. A positive value of Q indicates that the attributes A and B are positively associated. When Q is equal to +1, it indicates perfect positive association between the attributes A and B. A negative value of Q indicates that the attributes A and B are negatively associated. And when Q is equal to -1, it indicates perfect negative association between the attributes A and B. And when Q is equal to 0, it indicates that there is no association between the attributes A and B, or the attributes A and B are independent. Problem 1. Prepare a 2 by 2 contingency table from the following information. Calculate Yule's coefficient of association and interpret the results. N is equal to 760. alpha is equal to 558, B is equal to 180, AB is equal to 18. So the frequencies are given in brackets. Under solution, we first need to form the 2 by 2 contingency table where you have the attribute A divided into two classes A alpha and the attribute B is divided into two classes B and beta. We also have the total column and the total row. Then first write the cell frequencies, that is AB, alpha B, A beta, alpha beta. Then in the 2 by 2 contingency table, write down the values which are given in the respective cells, that is capital N is equal to 760, alpha is equal to 558, B is equal to 180 and AB is equal to 18. The given values are in black color. The missing cell frequencies are found using the following calculations as shown below the table. So A is found out using the formula capital N minus alpha, which is 760 minus 558, which is equal to 202. Similarly, the cell frequency A beta is equal to A minus AB, which is 202 minus 18, which is equal to 184. Cell frequency beta is equal to N minus B, which is equal to 760 minus 180, which is equal to 580. Alpha beta is equal to beta minus A beta, which is equal to 580 minus 184, which is equal to 396. Alpha B is equal to alpha minus alpha beta, which is equal to 558 minus 396, which is equal to 162. So after you do all these calculations, you can do them directly. This is shown only for your understanding. So the cell frequencies which are missing are highlighted in purple color and written in the 2 by 2 contingency table. Next, we need to compute Yule's coefficient of association. So write the formula Q is equal to AB into alpha beta minus alpha B into A beta divided by AB into alpha beta plus alpha B into A beta, which is equal to 18 into 396 minus 162 into 184 divided by 18 into 396 plus 162 into 184, which is equal to 7128 minus 29808 divided by 7128 plus 29808, which is equal to minus 22,680 divided by 36,936. Therefore, Q is equal to minus 0.6140. Then write the conclusion. There exists negative association between the two attributes A and B. Problem 2. Prepare a 9-square table from the following information. Calculate Yule's coefficient of association and interpret the result. The cell frequencies which are given are A equal to 450, beta is equal to 600, A beta is equal to 100 and N is equal to 1000. So under solution, form the 2 by 2 contingency table correctly, and in the table the given values are written in black color. The missing cell frequencies are found and the calculations are shown below the table and are written in the 2 by 2 contingency table in purple color. So you see that AB is equal to 350, alpha B is equal to 50, B is equal to 400, alpha beta is equal to 500 and alpha is equal to 550. Write the formula for Yule's coefficient of association Q equal to AB into alpha beta minus alpha B into A beta divided by AB into alpha beta plus alpha B into A beta, which is equal to 350 into 500 minus 50 into 100 whole divided by 350 into 500 plus 50 into 100, which is equal to 1,75,000 minus 5,000 divided by 1,75,000 plus 5,000, which is equal to 17,000 divided by 1,80,000. Therefore, Q is equal to 0.9444. The conclusion: there exists positive association between the two attributes A and B. Problem 3. Examine whether the following data is consistent given the cell frequencies as capital N equal to 1000, A equal to 800, beta equal to 450 and AB is equal to 200. Under solution, write the 2 by 2 contingency table and list down the frequencies which are given. The missing cell frequencies are found using the following calculations which are shown below the table. And after doing the calculations, the missing frequencies are written in the table in purple color, and we have alpha B is equal to 350, B is equal to 550, A beta is equal to 600, alpha beta is equal to minus 150 and alpha is equal to 200. Now, since the question is we have to check whether the given data is consistent or not, for that you have to check if all the cell frequencies are positive. If all the cell frequencies are positive, then the data is consistent. Now, in this case, the conclusion is since one of the cell frequencies is negative, that is alpha beta is equal to minus 150, the given data is inconsistent. Problem 4. Verify the consistency of the following data. N is equal to 246. The cell frequencies AB is equal to 20. Alpha beta is equal to 103 and alpha is equal to 189. So form the 2 by 2 contingency table and write down the given cell frequencies. The missing cell frequencies are found using the calculations as indicated below the table, and after computation we get the missing cell frequencies as alpha B is equal to 86, B equal to 106, A beta is equal to 37, beta is equal to 140, A equal to 57, which are written in purple color in the 2 by 2 contingency table. Now the conclusion: since all the cell frequencies are positive, the given data is consistent. And keep in mind that only if Yule's coefficient of association is asked, only then it has to be computed. Problem 5. In an institute, out of 200 students, 150 were boys. They wrote an exam and it was found that 120 passed and 10 girls failed. Is there any association between gender and result in the exam? Under solution, first identify the two attributes. So let's write, let A denote gender and B denote result. And the attribute gender is further classified into two categories, boys and girls, and result is categorized into two groups, that is pass and fail. So accordingly, form the 2 by 2 contingency table and write down the cell frequencies which are given. So in an institute out of 200 students, that means capital N is equal to 200, 150 were boys. So the total number of boys is equal to 150. That is written in the column under boys, that is A is equal to 150. Then they've said they wrote an exam and it was found that 120 passed. So the total number of students who passed the exam is 120. So corresponding to row B, the cell frequency total is B equal to 120. And 10 girls failed means that girls who have failed are equal to 10. So write it in the cell corresponding to alpha beta as 10. Now we need to find out the remaining cell frequencies, and the calculations are shown below the table, and we get the missing cell frequencies as AB equal to 80, alpha B is equal to 40, A beta is equal to 70, beta is equal to 80, and alpha equal to 50, which are highlighted in purple color in the 2 by 2 contingency table. Write the formula for Yule's coefficient of association, Q equal to AB into alpha beta minus alpha B into A beta divided by AB into alpha beta plus alpha B into A beta, which implies Q is equal to 80 into 10 minus 40 into 70 divided by 80 into 10 plus 40 into 70, which gives us 800 minus 280 divided by 800 plus 280, or 520 divided by 1080. Therefore, Q is equal to 0.4815. Conclusion: there exists positive association between gender and result in an examination. Problem 6. Among 500 people, 220 were employed literates, 20 were employed illiterates, and 180 were unemployed illiterates. Using Yule's coefficient of association, discuss whether employment and literacy are associated. And the solution: write the two attributes. Let A denote employment and B denote literacy. Then form a 2 by 2 contingency table where the attribute employment is divided into those who are employed and unemployed, and similarly the attribute B, that is literacy, is divided into two groups, that is literates and illiterates. Now in the table we have to write down the cell frequencies which are given. Among 500 people, that means capital N is equal to 500, 220 were employed literates. So find the cell where you have employed literates, that is AB is equal to 220. Then 20 were employed illiterates. So employed illiterates is the cell frequency A beta is equal to 20, and 180 were unemployed illiterates. In other words, it means that the cell frequency alpha beta is equal to 180, and then we find out the remaining missing cell frequencies as shown by the calculations below the table, and they are written in the 2 by 2 contingency table in purple color, and the values are alpha B is equal to 80, B is equal to 300, beta is equal to 200, A equal to 240, and alpha is equal to 260. Write the formula for Yule's coefficient of association, Q equal to AB into alpha beta minus alpha B into A beta divided by AB into alpha beta plus alpha B into A beta. Substituting the cell frequency values from the 2 by 2 contingency table, we get Q equal to 220 into 180 minus 80 into 20 divided by 220 into 180 plus 80 into 20, which is equal to 39,600 minus 1,600 divided by 39,600 plus 1,600, which is equal to 38,000 divided by 41,200, or Q is equal to 0.9223. Conclusion: there exists positive association between employment and literacy. In the 2 by 2 contingency table, the missing cell frequencies can be calculated using different methods. I have done it in a particular way. So do try out the calculations on your own. Understand the concept under this chapter, association of attributes, and continue to practice all the problems. Thank you for watching, and look out for my next video on partition values.